All right, Mike, first of all, thank you very much for speaking with me today.
Thank you.
Now, I'm taking my little tour around the sort of Aevi market, and where are we at the moment?
Well, we're currently in a flower shop, so it's one of our demonstrations on how we can help small businesses with our solutions. So it's a use case with a specific terminal and payments and app services we can provide.
So how are you able to do that? Because we've learned a beauty shop is very different to a flower shop. How are you able to not have to just build a brand new machine each time?
Yeah, so we had to break the mold, right? We had to start changing a world that has been doing the same thing for 30, 40 years, which is providing a single terminal for a single job. We had to go smart. You probably heard about smart devices and mainly Android-driven devices, which is not necessarily only a payment device. It can be a tablet, it can be a phone, that allow us to tailor a solution much more to a flower shop or a beauty salon by the use of apps and value-added services.
What does that mean for the shop itself? Because typically a shop would have to, go and have a huge payment terminal network, a couple of £1,000 for each machine. What does it mean for them?
So it means several things. So it means that for some people they could reduce on their hardware, or like you say, they wouldn't have to spend a lot of money on one particular set of hardware that can only do one thing. But we're providing them with a flexible tool that could potentially do everything they want, much like our phones can do what we want by loading the right content on it.
So what's the knock-on effect then for the consumer and the community and the economy as a whole?
So I think it changes a world to be more service oriented. You probably hear at the show here, but in general as well, it's all about the customer journey, right? So if I, as a merchant acquirer, by using Aevi's platform, can provide a better solution to my merchant to run their business, then the merchant can turn that into a better interaction with their customers again to give them what they want, be it loyalty, be it pre-ordering, be it easier scheduling, or anything that makes that interaction smoother.
Well, excellent. Now, we heard some news about your partnership over in Chile.
Yes, yeah, very exciting. So, partnership with Transbank. Transbank is the leading bank in Chile, and they're not only leading in the market, but they're very much a thought leader and a key innovator in the market. And they're very much a match in Aevi's philosophy of changing the merchant relationship and therefore the relationship with their consumers.
I remember 2 years ago you announced a couple of partnerships over in Mexico, which is an interesting market because there's a lot of very cash-based and a lot of people underbanked. Is that the same in Chile, the same level of opportunities there?
There's definitely the same level of opportunities. I think the key there is the market is ripe, is ready for a change from I have a payment terminal that can only do one thing to actually I need to start servicing my customers. I need to give a better journey and run my business in a more efficient way.
With that in mind, where are there still opportunities in the world? Because if you think about it, even though 30 years ago, China had very little payment infrastructure, and now it's one of the leaders.
I think there are opportunities everywhere still. So of course we have all the big changes in how consumers act and like to pay. But if you, for example, take a Japan that is a largely cash-driven society still, that still needs to make the move to new terminals, ideally suited to be smart terminals or smart endpoints. Everywhere in the world you find markets where they're still ready for that kind of innovation.
Excellent. Now, if I'm a small merchant, I have my payment terminal. I don't want to have to be buying a new one in 3 years' time. So how does a smart terminal mitigate against that?
So a smart terminal has, in this case, an Android OS. An Android OS can be upgraded to create more capabilities, to have new apps run on it. And I think the reason why they don't necessarily need to upgrade after 3 years or change it after 3 years is because the value of what they do sits in the apps, and the apps are easy to swap in and swap out and change the whole mechanics of their business or on the capabilities they have.
Brilliant, excellent. Last thing I want to talk about is Money20 as a whole.
Yeah.
Why is it so important that Aevi is not just here, but here in such a prominent position?
It is the show for us. Aevi loves the Money 2020 here in Vegas, Amsterdam for us as well. APAC we hope to do in the future, but it's a more opportunistic market for ourselves. And it's not only a place where everybody meets, it's a place where new ideas start to come up. It's where we meet customers, we meet old friends, we meet partners, and we basically set our plans out for the next year, what we're going to do to change this industry.
I just want to expand a little bit on that. What is Aevi's mission? What are you trying to achieve?
So Aevi's mission is to be the #1 ecosystem in the world over the next few years. We believe in an open ecosystem where people can choose the hardware they want to use, be that a classic payment terminal, a new smart payment terminal, a tablet or a phone, with the apps that are right for them, and allow merchant acquirers to combine that in true value-added proposition for the merchants.
So, which of the are these the best flowers out there?
I think they are. The Himalayas. I'm a bit of an expert, so I can tell. Yeah.
I had no idea about that in terms. So give me a little flower fact.
A little flower fact is that they smell really nice, although I can't say more about them.